come up with the term financial educator, right, is mainly because I'm a financial advisor and also I'm a tutor as well. So I always like to talk to kids and I love to actually share with them about the knowledge, equally same as for adults. I like to share with adults about knowledge and different type of things, about financials, about business, about property and stuff like that. So that's how I came to a term that I am a financial educator. So what is a financial educator? Okay, so my role is to educate and inspire people to take charge of their finances instead of letting the finances take charge of them. Okay, so today what I wanted to share is something very short, but it's something that is very powerful. And if you ask yourself these few questions, right, you actually realize about certain things about yourself that you might not know. Okay, so let's get started on my topic of the day, which is called the money mindset. Okay, what exactly is money mindset? Okay, because I realized, having been in the industry for the past 5 years, I realized that a lot of things won't change as long as you keep having the same mindset about money. So that's why I wanted to focus on this today. Okay, for the past I think in 2016, I actually came out with a series of 100 plus episodes about very technical stuff, like what is MediShield Life, what is CPF Life, what is ElderShield, what is endowment plan, and stuff like that. But I realized as long as the money mindset is still there, what happened is that no matter what kind of technical stuff that I share, people will still not accept it because it's how they're being brought up to be. Okay, hi Adeline for joining my live video. Okay, so so what is money mindset? Okay, so when I'm talking about money mindset, something that you have to take note of is number one. Okay, do ask yourself this question because you realize that it's really very powerful. Okay, number one, when people tell you about money, okay, you have to take note of your emotions. Okay, so whenever people talk about money, what are the emotions that you feel? Is money something that makes you happy? When people talk about money, you'll be like, wow, money. Okay, so do take note of that. Okay, happiness is one of the emotions that people feel can feel when they talk about money. Okay, the second thing that you might feel when you talk about money is fear. Okay, money. When people talk about money, does it make your heart beat fast or does it make you fearful whenever people talk about money? Okay, so these are the emotions that you need to be aware that you have. Okay, and then let me share with you why you are feeling this way. Okay, so take a few seconds to think about what are the different emotions and thoughts that you have when money is being mentioned. Okay, so first point. Okay, so the second point that I want you to be aware of is, okay, when people talk about money, okay, so what are your automatic response? Okay, so when people talk about money, okay, there are actually a few things that people will do to money. Okay, number one, okay, people save money. Number two, people spend money. And number three, people invest money. Okay, so these are the three things that usually people do with money. Okay, so the thing is that it's very important for you to know what your money personality is. Okay, basically for money personality is a very long topic, so I'm not going to share with you today. I'll be sharing with you for the next few days and I'll break it down into parts by parts. Okay, but as a general guideline, there are actually total five money personalities. So by knowing who you are based on money personality, and by knowing your friends, your group of friends, what is their money personality, and by knowing what your spouse money personality, it can actually prevent a lot of conflicts. So in the next few episodes, I'm going to talk about the different money personalities as well as the pros and cons and how we actually can work around it. Okay, there is no better or there's no worse of money personality. Okay, but basically what I hope to do is to educate people on this and to let them be aware, and that is when they will be able to know how you actually feel. Okay, so why I'm saying that money mindset is extremely important, okay, because a lot of times how we feel about money is really depending on how we are being raised. Okay, it all lies all the way when we were young. Okay, so I'm hoping that by sharing more about the money personality, it will actually help prevent disputes between families, between friends, and between couples as well. Because so when I'm talking about the belief, right, some people, first thing, when they talk about money, right, they will actually think about what? Money is the root of all evil. Okay, so there are some people who actually told me that money is the root of all evil. But is it true? It's actually not. Money is just a mechanism. Okay, so a lot of couples, which quarrels, divorce, or family dispute, is not because of money. It's because of, number one, if you're talking about finances, family dispute happen because of lack of financial planning, lack of estate planning. It's not about the money, it's about them not planning for their finances. Okay, so number two, why couples divorce? Because whenever there are some people who would say that they divorce because of money. So money is not the main reason why they divorce, but why they divorce is because of what? Lack of communication. So that's why I feel that it's so important for me to share about money personality. Okay, so back to the main topic about, I told you about like how our beliefs and how we feel about money, is related to our background, about how we're being raised. So have you ever, so when you were growing up, as a child, happy, carefree, when you don't know much things about money, but then when you were in primary 1 and then you went to buy food and stuff like that, so maybe just to share my experience as a tutor, I've had one primary school girl, so it was her first year in primary school, and what happened was that when she actually told me like, teacher, I want to go to the canteen, to buy a bowl of rice, but I'm very scared of buying the bowl of rice. So when I was talking to her, I was asking her, why are you so scared of buying a bowl of rice? So her fear is because she's afraid that she do not have enough money to buy that bowl of rice. So I was telling her that, why are you so afraid of buying that bowl of rice? So she so that is when I actually asked her more questions. So actually deep within them, a lot of kids, they actually follow what the adults do. So so what I can imagine happened was that probably one day she actually went to a shop with her mom or with her dad, and then after that they were about to pay for bread or of some stuff, and realized that they do not have enough cash. So that is when there might be some instances or events that actually triggered her to make her be so afraid about purchasing something. So that is one thing that that adults can do that can actually cause the kids to have some form of fear or anxiety, because kids are very they actually learn things very fast, and they can see from the adults reactions and experience, and from there it actually affects them in a long-term basis. So when I talk about the 3 types of way of using money, right, save, spend, or invest. So if let's say like when you were young, right, if let's say when you were little and your parents keep asking you to save money, when you have like $10, you save $2. When you have $1, you save 20 cents and stuff like that. So when you're teaching our kids to save money, what actually happens is that so when you teach kids about financial knowledge and stuff like that, saving is one thing, but if throughout your kids when they're growing up, you keep talking to them about saving money, what happens is that to them, number one, they will feel that money is scarce. So like I mentioned, there is no good or bad about this, because each of the different type has its own pros and cons. Just that you have to ensure and be aware of what you're doing, so that when your kids, so that you'll be more aware of what you're doing when you're around kids. So keep telling your kids about saving money. So number one, it teaches them that money is scarce. Number two, it teaches them that having money is security. So that is something that you need to take note of. So when you're asking your kids to save, there's 2 things that they learn. Number one, money is scarce. Okay, number two, that money is a form of security. So when they grow up, they will want to keep as much cash as possible within them, and probably when they do their financial planning, they will be choosing policies or plans that, number one, have a guaranteed payout, or number two, at least is something that they feel safe in investing. Okay, so do take note of that. Okay, so number one, that's the safe part. Okay, number two, spending. Okay, so just imagine you're a young little girl or young little boy, and then you go shopping with your parents, go gai gai and stuff like that. Okay, so and then your parents, okay, so there are different spending habits. Okay, so number one is your parents actually go around looking at things like, for example, I want to buy a washing machine, and then I look, different type of washing machine, and then after that, you started comparing prices, comparing the quality, okay, and stuff like that, versus someone who just go into a shop and just purchase and go. Okay, so by you doing such thing, okay, you are actually teaching your kids two things. Number one, okay, if your parents is someone who always go out and then they will compare prices, compare benefits and stuff like that, what you're teaching your kid is, number one, that the fact that when you're purchasing something, you need to think carefully. Okay, you don't do impulse purchase. But if you're the second one, okay, whereby you actually whenever you go out and purchase things, you just grab and go, what you're teaching your kids is that when you see something, okay, then you straight away buy. Okay, so these are the subtle things that parents do without realizing that is influencing their kids having a certain money mindset when they grow up. Okay, so the last one that I wanted to share is about invest. Okay, so because I've known a few business owners, and what I realized that is different about the way they are being raised, okay, is that to them, money is a form of, okay, it's just a form of mechanics or tools that they use. Okay, so that's why when business owners when they raise their child, what they always like to do is to tell their kids that money is something that is happy. Okay, so that is something that is very good, okay, when it comes to educating their child, because to them, okay, so it really depends, because there are some rich people who always fight within their family for money, so to them money might not be something good. But there are some people who they actually change the perception of money, so whenever the parents talk to them about money, it's all about opportunity. Okay, it's all about investment, growth, and all the good stuff. Okay, so when they grow up, right, okay, they have this entrepreneurial mindset, okay, whereby they will actually go out, seek for business opportunities. Okay, but whereas for someone who is raised up in a very safe environment, they will be doing like a safe fixed working job and stuff like that, because that is how they are being raised. Okay, so so I think that's all I want to share for today. So let me just do a recap on the different things that I've actually spoken about. Okay, so number one, mindset. Okay, how does money make you feel? Okay, when people talk about money, how does it make you feel? So you need to ask yourself, okay, is money a form of fear, a form of hurt, okay, or or a form of happiness when you talk about money? Okay, so ask yourself. Okay, so after feeling that emotion, ask yourself why. Why does it make you feel that? Okay, was it a family event that happened? Was it something that triggered? Was it something that your parents did when you were little? Okay, it's very important for you to know what is causing you to feel that way, because a lot of the decision is made based on that basis. Okay, so yeah, so that's why it's important for you to know what is your money personality. Okay, so I'm really very excited to share with you this entire series about money mindset, because I've actually watched a few YouTube videos, and just to let you know, money personality is not something that I created. It was written by I actually saw it in a YouTube video. So apparently there was this okay, I will let you know who is the author, and I'll share with you more about what money personality. But basically, I've watched a few videos about money mindset, and I realized that, wow, okay, it's really something that is really very powerful. Okay, how I wish in Singapore and in Asia we talk about this as much, because mainly money mindset is usually talk about more in the US and the United States and stuff like that. Okay, so yeah, just a recap of all the things, and just remember, okay, do the exercise with me. Okay, because it's really very important how it makes you feel. Okay, and what are the thoughts that you have? Okay, like I mentioned, okay, watch the entire video again, watch the entire replay if you have missed any part of the section, because really it's really mind-blowing. Okay, so yeah, so thanks Adeline for sharing. Okay, so we mentioned about scars. Okay, so I just wanted to answer your question. So when I'm talking about scars, I'm talking about SCARCE, scars, okay, not the, you know, like 疤痕 the scar. Okay, so yeah, so I just wanted to end this live video. Okay, so if it's something that you feel is beneficial or useful, please do share with your friends. Okay, because I really want to reach out as many people as I can. Okay, so you know, every single shares that you make can actually impact a person in your life, you know, no matter what. Okay, so to you it might be a sharing of video, but someone might have been having certain emotions about money that they don't want to talk about, and I feel that money is something that is so sensitive, and a lot of people don't want to talk about it. They end up hiding a lot in them, and at the end of the day, that is when you see things such as suicide. You know, we have people have committing suicide and stuff like that because of money, mainly because number one, probably because they feel helpless, that nobody is able to help them. Okay, so that's why they're having all these kinds of thoughts. So I hope that everyone have a wonderful National Day weekend, and also Hari Raya. You know, and you know, I will be doing the next few episodes, so do stay tuned. Remember to click on the notification button, so that whenever I do a live video, right, you'll be able to know that I'm doing a live video, and so that you can actually keep track of the different personality, because I'm not gonna talk to you about the 5 money personality within one video, because I feel that it's really too long. So I'm gonna break it down into the 5 different money personality. Okay, and then from there you'll be able to know what are the pros and what are the cons, and from there you'll be able to take charge of your finances instead of letting your finances take charge of your life. So signing off,